Module 3, Lessons 11 and 12, Absolute Value. Learning targets. I understand the absolute value of a number as its distance from 0. I can use absolute value to find the magnitude of a positive and negative quantities. I understand that the order of positive numbers is the same as the order of their absolute value. I understand that the order of negative numbers is the opposite of the order of their absolute value. I understand that negative numbers are always less than positive numbers. Let's start by taking these integers and placing them on a number line. Let's first place our negative a half, and then a half, 8.1, negative 8.1, negative 7, and 7. What is the relationship between the numbers? They are opposites. And how does each pair of numbers relate to 0? They are the same distance from 0. The absolute value of 10 is written as vertical line, 10, vertical line. On the number line, count the number of units from 10 to 0. How many units is 10 from 0? Let's count using our number line. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 10 is 10 units from 0. What other number has an absolute value of 10? The absolute value of negative 10 would also equal 10. So it would have the same distance as we've seen up here. The absolute value of a number is the distance between the number line and 0 on a number line. And it is written as vertical line, number, vertical line. And it is read as the absolute value of blank, which would be the number. On the screen, I have written the number 6. What is the absolute value of negative 6? The absolute value would be written like this, and the absolute value would equal 6. So if it is a negative number, it will turn positive. How about the absolute value of 8? The absolute value of 8 would be written like this, and it would equal 8. A positive number will stay positive. So if we have the number negative 1, what would be the absolute value? The absolute value of negative 1 equals 1. Miss Owens received a call from her bank because she had a checkbook balance of negative $45. What was the magnitude of the amount overdrawn? So we are going to take our number that was given to us, so negative 45. We are going to find the absolute value. So the absolute value of negative 45 is going to equal 45 because the negative number will turn positive. So Miss Owens overdrew her account by $45. The magnitude of a measurement is the absolute value of its measure. Maria was sick with the flu, and her weight changed as a result of it is represented by negative 4 pounds. So how much weight did Maria lose? We are going to take our negative 4 pounds, and we are going to find the absolute value. So the absolute value of negative 4 is equal to 4. So Maria lost 4 pounds. Jeffrey owes his friend $5. How much is his debt? So we know that Jeffrey owes his friend $5, so it is going to be a -5. So we are going to find the absolute value of -5, which is equal to 5. So his debt is $5. The elevation of Niagara Falls, which is located between Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, is 326 feet. How far is that above sea level? Well, we know that it is going to be a positive number because our question asks how far is it above sea level. So it is going to be a positive 326. We are going to find the absolute value of 326, which is equal to 326. So Niagara Falls is located 326 feet above sea level. How far below zero is -16 degrees Celsius? So we are going to take our number, which is -16. We are going to find the absolute value of -16, which is equal to 16. -16 degrees 0 is 16 degrees below 0. On the screen, you can see a number line with some arrows. We have arrows in the top right in red that are going from 1 to 2, and we are going to continue. So we're going to draw an arrow to 3, and then an arrow to 4, and finally an arrow to 5. We're going to do the opposite on the other side. So we're going to draw an arrow to -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. As you approach 0 from the left on the number line, the integers increase, but the absolute values of those integers decrease. This means that the order of negative integers is opposite the order of their absolute values. On the screen, we have numbers 4, 6, 8, and 10. We are going to find the opposite of those 4 numbers. So -4, -6, -8, and -10. On the other side of the screen, I have written 4 non-integer rational numbers: 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5.5. We are going to find their opposites. So -2.5, -3.5, -4.5, and -5.5. Now we are going to order all 16 of these numbers from least to greatest. -10, -8, -6, -5.5, -4.5, -4, -3.5, -2.5, 2.5, 4, 4.5, 5.5, 6, 8, and 10. In conclusion, absolute value of a negative number will be positive. The absolute value of a positive number will be positive. And the order of negative numbers will be opposite of their absolute value. Now, go complete the problem set.